What's up, guys? Mitchell Pelk back with another episode of Pelk Talk. Today I talked to Ohio State basketball player and famous TikToker Jimmy Sotos. Jimmy tells us how he exploded on TikTok and how he landed here playing Division I basketball. I can't wait for you guys to listen. Don't forget to listen on Spotify and Apple. Now, enjoy. What's up, guys? Mitch Pelk back with another episode of Pelk Talk. Today I'm joined by famous TikToker and Ohio State basketball player Jimmy Sotos. What's up, Jim?
What's going on? Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You got any nicknames? I feel like you'd be the type of guy to have a cool nickname.
I mean, Jimmy's my nickname. Like, my real name is James, but
it?
That's really it. My friends call me like the kid on some funny stuff, but not for real. Like
the kid. Why is that?
Just Jimmy the Kid. That's what it was.
Okay, Jimmy the Kid. I love that. Well, let's hop right into it. I mean, dog, you've been living on my For You page on TikTok. I've been seeing your stuff, researching you, 230,000 followers on the app. You know, how did you kind of get into all that?
So back at Bucknell, I started at Bucknell before I transferred to Ohio State. It was all on my roommate's page, Jordan. We were just making TikToks on his page. And they weren't really blowing up. And I was like, let me try this on my page. Like, let me try this out. And then me and my friends, I was talking to you about it earlier. We put a lot of time into like the choreography and making sure like the setup was right and we were doing the dances right. And they were starting to gain some traction. A couple of videos went viral. And then recently, honestly, like I set the camera up, I'd do a little shoulder shimmy or whatever, smile for the camera, and it takes like 5 seconds to get a viral video now. So it's completely changed, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see where it's going.
I love that. Your buddy Jordan ever bust on you and say like, I started your career and all that?
Yeah, we talk about it every now and then. He's still doing his thing too with it. So, but no, it's no jealousy or nothing. We just having fun with it.
Yeah. And do you kind of remember which one that first one was to take off?
Yeah, the first one to take off was the come and hype me up, come and hype me up. That one.
Yeah.
And then that one was the first one to get like a couple 100,000. And then me and my friends that made that video, we linked up like a week later. We like, yo, we got to do another video. And we spent all day recording the Down South Hood Baby one, that old trend.
Yeah.
And like it didn't really work out. We were like, hey, bro, let's just do this real quick. And we just put like a little edit on the camera, like we're like shakes. And we made a video in like 10 seconds. And that video got like 500,000 or something. So we was like, all right, maybe this whole like dancing thing, we just got to do some random stuff that goes viral. And we just started doing all that.
I know the algorithm is crazy. Like there's no really science behind it.
I can't figure it out.
I know, but that first one,
I just put out whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. With that first one, was it kind of something like you went to bed and then you woke up with like 100,000 new followers, or what was that like?
It was gradual. Yeah, it was like a couple hundred followers each day, and like now every day it's like a 1,000 followers or something. But yeah, I remember I woke up the next morning and I texted my friends. I was like, "Yo, I think we went viral. Like, is this a thing? Like that just happened? I don't know. I wasn't sure." But yeah, I remember that.
That's sick. So like, has it always been kind of dancing videos, or like in the beginning you guys did like some script stuff, or has it always been kind of just putting the moves on?
Honestly, it was pretty much always been dancing. Like even like in high school, me and my friends, all we did was dance. Like in basketball, like before games, pre-games, in the locker rooms, all we did was dance. Like our favorite stuff to do was go on YouTube and watch like She Loves Michi videos and like Tussie videos, and
That's
all we do
so
was
funny.
dance. Like every time we meet up, we just put on some music and get in and like just dance, do some dumb stuff, and then now we just film it and put it on TikTok, so it works out.
That's sick. So you've been on the app for only about like 8 months now, but you said you were doing it with your buddy. You know, how crazy it's all been. It's kind of been flying at you so fast. Did you ever kind of expect something like this?
Nah, honestly, bro. Well, like, my friends, we made a joke. I was like, hey, I'm going to quit basketball. I'm going to LA for TikTok. Like, I'm done playing ball. I'm going to blow up on TikTok and I'm going to LA. And this is before even any of this happened. And then, like, it's actually, like, I got a bunch of followers now. My friends are like, bro, you actually going to do it? I'm like, come on now. Like, I'm still a hooper one. Like, but no, I mean, so, like, I kind of, like, joked about it happening, but I never really thought it was going to actually happen like this.
Yeah, that's sick. And you kind of hit on earlier, but do you really put a lot of time into each videos, or kind of just like now it's just like prop it up and hit a little dance?
Yeah,
Moves?
some of them. So some of them when I do dances with like my teammates and stuff, like we'll like take the time to learn to dance, and like you know how that goes. Sometimes it takes like 30 takes. You like dance, mess up, go do it again. But then
Yeah,
sometimes when it's like just myself and like I'm not trying to like put a whole show on, like I just set up the camera real quick and do one in like 5-10 seconds, post it, and then let it go.
that's it. You
Yeah.
don't put too much thought in it, right? You think like
Nah.
kind of too much is worse. It kind of hurts you sometimes.
You mean like putting like too much effort or too much content? Too much
No,
effort?
too much effort and thought.
Some I feel like if I put out every video of me was like going like super hard learning this dance, then like they're gonna expect that every time. And like I
Yeah,
still want to make a clear distinction that like I'm a basketball player first, and like TikTok is like more of like a fun hobby. I do it on the side. Like I'm not
yeah.
gonna take it too serious, but like I'm still gonna like put out some stuff for like my fans, and it's like still trying to grow the brand and stuff.
There you go. So like you said, you transferred from Bucknell to Ohio State, and you
Yeah.
kind of had the TikTok popping in between. What did the guys think when you came over?
Here at
Yeah.
Ohio State. It's funny. I put up a video on my Instagram story when I was starting to get like a couple thousand followers on TikTok, and CJ Walker hit me up in my DMs, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna fit in real well with this team." So then like the guys were hitting me up and
That's
they were
sick.
laughing about my videos and stuff. So no, we kind of clicked right away, me and the team, because everybody on the team makes videos too. So it works out great. I'm super close to all the guys already.
Yeah, I realized that after watching your stuff and then kind of seeing the other guys' stuff. It's like you guys are so big into the dancing, and that might just be the
Yeah.
basketball culture. But so
Yeah.
like when you got there, it wasn't so much like make fun of you. It was like, yo, let's
Oh
join
yeah,
in.
it was
Let's
like,
kind of
yeah, we
collab.
got a new dancer on the team. Like, so like when we're not making TikToks, like even in the locker room, like there's music going, like we're dancing anyway. Like it's just like you said,
Yeah.
it's like a basketball culture or something.
I love that. And like on the court when you guys are practicing, do you guys ever kind of get into it and dancing or no?
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
we
kind of
have
strictly locker room stuff?
yeah. So like on the court, we always have during our workouts. There's always music playing in the gym. So like in
That's
between reps,
awesome.
like you'll look at your buddy, you'll real quick or something. So like it's always music. We're always doing something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is that background, is that just something like we said, the basketball culture, or is that like something you actually like liked as a kid to like dance and everything?
So I honestly think it's a basketball culture. Like it was a joke that like my godfather would always say. He's like, if you want to be good at basketball, you got to have rhythm. It's like there's like a
Yeah.
rhythm to playing on the court. So like you got it on the court, you got it off the court. It's just natural dancing. And me and all my buddies growing up, like I'm from Chicago. The biggest thing when we were growing up was like bopping. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a Chicago
No,
style
what's
dance.
that?
It's like it's just kind of like you get like loose with your knees and like it's just like all shoulders and stuff.
Okay.
You get like I can't even do it anymore. My knees don't get that low. But like me and my boys, we would always like bop, and then we just grew up dancing like that. And now it's just turned into this whole like hitting it like that, whoa, and it's fun
Yeah.
stuff.
That's cool. That's cool. So obviously, like you said, the most viewed videos on your channel, I guess we could say, it's kind of the ones with your shirt off. Do you like doing videos like that, or is it kind of just like what you're doing? You're trying to build your brand.
Yeah. Nah, it's goofy. My coach makes a joke about me all the time. He's like Jimmy, what are you doing? Your shirt's not off. And I'm like, all right, coach, whatever. They always crack jokes about that. But like I know like whenever like my shirt is off in the video, it usually does better numbers, which is kind of annoying because like I gotta take my shirt off to make a video again. Like what? But I mean it
Yeah.
is what it is. I know.
Yeah, you know what you're doing, like you said,
Right.
and like, how do you deal with like the haters and everything? Because obviously the
Yeah.
comments aren't
Yeah,
always good.
like a lot of my friends, what we talk about all the time is the comment section of my videos. It's always like a bunch of girls saying some crazy bold stuff, but a lot of times like
Yeah,
it's a lot of people being like, "All right, you tweaking? Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you're lame or whatever." And honestly, like I was telling my brother the other day, like I just stopped reading my comments after a while. Like I'll comment, I'll probably respond to the first couple of people just because I just like to do that. And then I honestly don't read my comments after that. I don't really be scrolling no more. There was a point where like I was skipping past all the love and like I would notice like the one comment or somebody say something and it would like
yeah,
rile me up and I would want to respond. And it's like I know if I respond, that's me giving them what they want. So like,
Exactly.
I just stopped reading it all because that shit was
Yeah.
it was starting to piss me off.
How'd you kind of deal with that in the beginning, though? Like, obviously getting
Yeah.
this first couple, how'd you kind of react?
Well, everything I did, I tell my brothers, and so like they just laugh it off. They know it, but like me, because like it's about me, I'll be like, I want to respond, but
Yeah.
they help me like, bro, just let it rock. Like they're not doing nothing. They're just trying to get a reaction out of you. So I got a good support team with them, so they help me out with all that.
There you go. And like you said earlier, your TikTok brand, you're trying to build that. So
Yeah.
for advice for me or anyone else out there that's trying to build their TikTok brand, what would you say?
Be yourself. That's the main thing. Like it's probably corny and like everybody says it, but like that's all I've been doing. Like I try to not like do trends that are like far out there that like aren't me. Like I would just do what I do, like add my own little twist to it or whatever, and just be yourself. And like there's gonna be people that's gonna say it's like it's cringy, it's lame or whatever, but like if you're cool with it, like if you don't mind doing it, if you have fun doing it, like it's, as long as you got like a good group of friends that like people that you love care about you and they're not like sending you off in the wrong direction, like you do what you want, man.
Yeah.
Just be yourself on there.
No, that's funny you say that. I had a podcast about 2 months ago with this guy, Nicky Cass, and he's on TikTok and he does like these Italian impersonations. And I asked him the same question, and he said, "Your answer, be yourself. That's if you're fine with posting that stuff, then there's gonna be people out there that like it too."
Yeah, like it sounds corny, but like it's honestly the truth. Like that's all I've been doing. I just be myself on there, and like you don't gotta apologize for being a certain way. Like just do what you want.
Yeah, and I love that. So building that TikTok brand and with this new rule, coming out in January, are you kind of taking that path right now to have TikTok as like a fun thing, or are you trying to go down like the more of that influencer path?
I mean, I've never aspired to be an influencer, but honestly, the way that TikTok and my brand is going, I guess, is obviously like going on that route. And I mean, I've definitely thought about it, especially with the name, image, and likeness rule going through next year. I'm going to try and work with our compliance office, see if I can capitalize on that in any capacity. Like I told you earlier, I had some people reaching out to me now, like asking me how much I charge for promos and like if I'll help them endorse a product. And obviously I can't do any of that right now. And I don't even know what I would charge in that scenario. So right now I'm just building my brand to what it can be. And then hopefully when the time comes, I can make some money on the side or whatever.
How crazy is that for you that just like by dancing, having a good time, you can like actually start to make money on this here soon?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the people that be like hitting me up sometimes, I'll be like, wow, just because I get on an app and dance and look pretty or whatever, like this is crazy. Like,
it's crazy. I know. And what about kind of going down that path of still being an influencer and getting into the YouTube space? Would you be into that?
Yeah, I've thought about starting a YouTube channel. Me and my brother work real closely with all this stuff, and he's like a really good editor and stuff for videos. So we've thought about going down that route and getting into that. But the main thing that I just want to make sure is like, I don't want people to think like this is my thing. Like I'm always going to be a basketball player until I can't play ball no more. So I want to make sure that like there's no clear that people think this is a distraction for me or like I'm getting off track. Like I want to make sure that I'm not jumping into this thing too much where like it looks like I'm getting sidetracked from my goals.
Yeah. When I was watching your stuff, like two things came to mind. I feel like you could be a good rapper or a good model. You ever thought about those two?
I'm very glad you said that because outside of dancing, all me and my friends do, even my friends here on the team, when we're not dancing, we throw on an instrumental and we just
really
rap
freestyle.
all day.
Oh my God, I love that.
I'm so glad that I give off that impression because yes, when Lil Yachty commented on one of my videos, the first thing that came to my mind was, bro, get me in the studio. Like, let me get in the studio sesh. Like, that's all I ever wanted, to just get in the studio with someone.
Have you done that? Have you done that yet in your life or no?
No, I've never been in a studio. Like, I've rapped over, like, some SoundCloud beats and stuff, and I've recorded some stuff, but, like, I've never sent it or posted it anywhere. Like, I write on, like, my free time just for fun and stuff because, like, I just like doing that. But I've never actually taken that a step further. But I love rapping, yes.
That's so. Who's top three of all time?
All time?
Rap artists. Yeah.
Damn, all time? I got to put Pac in there, Lil Wayne. And I don't want to say it, but not the new Kanye, but the old Kanye. Those would
Kanye.
probably be my
Okay.
top 3 of all time.
Okay, I like that. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, let's hop into some basketball talk now. You and your whole family kind of have a long history with this sport. Pops
Mhm.
played professionally. Brothers played in college. You know, where did your pops didn't play in the NBA, right? He played overseas.
Yeah, he played in Greece.
Okay, and where did your brothers play?
They all played D3 ball, so locally, kind of around Chicagoland area, Midwest.
Okay, so when you kind of got that offer to play at Bucknell, you know, how
Mhm.
cool was that for you?
It was awesome. I remember my first scholarship offer. Like I was late to getting recruited because I grew real late. I had 0 offers going into my last AAU season, and I remember the coach when I got a phone call to get my first offer, and they offered me a scholarship, and I walked down the living room and I told my family like I just got offered, and they were like, by who? And I actually had no clue who offered me. Like I was so excited that I got a scholarship. I didn't even process like who the coach was, what team it was. So I had to like wait for them to call me back to figure it out because I didn't want to text like, hey, who is this again? But I
Yeah,
remember like I was so excited like, and then they
that's
started coming in
awesome.
after that. But yeah, I was so excited.
So when making that decision for Bucknell, you know, what were kind of the other schools?
I had it down to Bucknell and Princeton. That was my final 2.
Okay.
And I was back and forth for a while. There was a minute where I was pretty sure I was going to go to Princeton. And then I had to sit down, talk it out with my coaches and my fam. And then I decided Bucknell was probably the best route for me.
What was that big deciding factor on taking Bucknell over Princeton?
Princeton's the Ivy League, so they can't offer full athletic
Oh
scholarships.
yeah.
So Bucknell offered me a full ride. So that was one of the big reasons. And I also knew at Bucknell I would play as a freshman. And we
Okay.
were going to be really good. We went to the tournament my freshman year. So that was a big deal coming from a mid-major school. And I mean, obviously, where it got me now, like it set me up. So I played big games as a freshman, as a sophomore, as a junior. I was playing. I mean, I was one of the better guys on the team, and then it set me up for the position to be in today. So I'm thankful for everything that happened at Bucknell to get me here.
Yeah. So like you said, freshman, sophomore, and junior year, you kill it, and then COVID happens. You know, how did you guys kind of take that, you and the Bucknell team?
So it was interesting. So we had lost before the season got canceled. We had lost in the semifinals because our tournament was earlier. And me
Yeah.
and my boys, we were like, all right, bro, we got to decompress. Like, it was a long year. It was a disappointing year, honestly, by our standards. So we were in Florida just hanging out on spring break, and we find out school's canceled, all the tournaments are canceled, everything's canceled because of COVID. So I go home and I'm talking to my family. I'm like, now what? Like, am I going back to
Yeah.
Bucknell? Like, I don't know what to do. So it took a lot of talks, a lot of hard thinking, and I decided I think it'd be best for me to make a move, and I ended up here.
So why did you kind of make that move from junior year to senior year for that from Bucknell to Ohio State?
Yeah, well, it wasn't necessarily Bucknell tour. It was just I knew I wanted to go somewhere probably bigger. So
Yeah.
with the uncertainty surrounding COVID, like I wasn't sure if like even right now there might not even be a season in like a couple mid-major leagues. So looking back, I think I made the right decision on that. But also like I knew I had 1 year left eligibility, and I wanted to make the most of it. I knew I played some of my best games against high major teams. When I was a sophomore, I played Ohio State and I had a really good game. We lost by like 2 or something.
Okay.
And I played some of my best games in high major teams, and I was like, I know I can play at this level. Like I want to play on the biggest stage. So I took a chance, and it's working out so far.
Yeah, so I mean, Bucknell being ranked 239th, and then Ohio State being ranked 16th. You know, that's a huge jump, like you said. Pressure-wise, though, has that kind of got to you at all, or is the pressure doesn't really get to you?
Nah, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, like I don't feel pressure, but like, I mean, everybody feels pressure in some sense.
Yeah,
But I try to embrace it as much as possible. Like I got here and I knew it was gonna be like everybody tries to scare you a little bit, like, oh, it's the Big Ten, like you gotta be stronger, like it's gonna be an adjustment, all this. So like I was kind of motivated by that fear of like not being good enough. So like over quarantine during the summer, like everything, I was working my ass off to make sure I could keep up. And when I got here, I was like, oh, I could compete. Like I could do more than just keep up. Like I could impact this team. Like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I mean, I'm thankful for like, if I hadn't come here, I wouldn't have seen what I'm capable of. Like I've made strides in my game and my skill set just by being here in the short time that I have been that I probably wouldn't have made if I would have stayed where I was. Just because you get comfortable where you're at. Like I know I was going to be the guy this year, and I wasn't going to be pushed the way I'm pushed. Like I'm here every day. I got to play my best. I got to perform, and it like iron sharpens iron. So like everybody's getting better here. It's been.
I love that mindset.
Yeah.
Have you kind of always had that chip on your shoulder where you, like you said, you were a late recruit, guys that really take you seriously. You've kind of always had that mentality?
Yeah, I've always had to kind of prove myself just because, I've always been like the short white kid on every court that like kind of gets disrespected. Like I'm always the point guard. Like I'm not just a designated shooter either. Like I got to bring the ball up. I'm trying to run the team. And I've always had to kind of prove myself in that regard, earn my respect on the court and everything. So it's kind of – I've always carried that with me. So this is kind of nothing new. Like I just knew I had to come in here and, work hard, make sure that I get the respect that I deserve.
There you go. So coming here, making that transfer and getting here in the summer, what was the biggest difference from each team? Was it the culture? Was it the guys? What was it?
The difference between Ohio State and Bucknell?
Yeah.
I noticed it right away. It's how hard we work. Like, I was telling my parents about it after a couple of weeks. Like, I see why high major teams are so good every year. Like, why certain teams, like, always experience success. Because, like, especially here, like, Ohio State within the Big Ten always experience success too. Like, we work so hard. Like, the stuff we do is so difficult. And, like, every day, like, you're basically going to, like, work till failure, like, till exhaustion. And it makes you feel like you deserve to win. Like, what you go through, like, nobody else is really going through that. So, like, the stuff you do, like, it's going to pay off. Like, you just know it is because, like, the work you put in, it's really going to show.
I think that's just the Ohio State culture. I know for us on the team, like, I mean, we just work and you're grinding. And it's a brotherhood. And
that's what I've heard about all the programs here. Like,
yeah. So it's crazy, but I'm kind of glad you realize that because I think like some people that come in here their first year, they're like it's such a culture shock. But I think that you've been being at Bucknell and then coming here, like you having that chip on your shoulder, all kind of helps.
I think about it sometimes. I'm like, I don't mean it in like literally in a literal sense, but sometimes I'm like, man, I could have picked any school in the country, and I chose to come to this school where they're gonna work my ass off, and like I be killing myself every day. But no, it's good for me. Like I know I need it. It's probably the best thing for me.
Yeah, and putting your name in that portal, what are the schools kind of reached out to you?
So they all went through my AAU coach. So Gonzaga, a couple other Big Ten schools, Minnesota. But the only one I really entertained was Ohio State, honestly, because when they reached out, there was mutual interest right away because I knew that they knew the player I was because I played them. And I played well against them. And it was close to home. And I looking at the roster, I knew there was a spot for me to play like the next, like after this next year. So, I mean, it was kind of like a perfect fit as soon as they reached out. And so far it has been.
There you go. So, yeah, like you said there, I've kind of read about like your eligibility with playing this year. Can you kind of explain all that?
Hopefully if I get eligibility to play this year, I can play this year and next year. So that's the goal. So we'll see where that goes.
Oh, so there's like – so why was the reason that you couldn't transfer and play right away?
Just NCAA rules. Like you have to sit out. That's just how it works. You have to sit out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought if you transferred out of conference, you could play right away.
Nah. Maybe it's like that in lacrosse but nah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sweet. I got 2 questions left for you. So you're at a dinner, right? And 5 seats. You're in one. You can pick the other 4. Who are they?
Like dead or alive?
Yeah.
And I can't include like my boys.
Hey, I mean you can, but I mean you can pick anyone in the world.
I'm picking anybody in the world. All right. I gotta have She Loves Michi there because that we just gonna dance.
I like
Steve
that.
Nash. So I need to learn some more about basketball. Steve Nash and LeBron because LeBron's like my idol.
There you go.
So She Loves. This is an interesting table because I don't know if everybody gonna get along. I gotta get Chance the Rapper in there.
Okay,
he's
I like
a smart
that.
dude. He's also rapper, all that stuff.
You kind of like that independent route he's on? Or you kind of like
yeah,
more
I
the label
love
route?
that stuff's inspiring, bro. He really got it on his own, like, and
Yeah, I
like
love
didn't
that. That
let
fires me
labels
up too.
kind of steer him in a certain direction. He's a smart dude, man. And then last person I'll get at the table, Naomi Scott, because she gonna go as my date.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. And last question for you, what's next for you? Let's look down. Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. Hopefully still playing basketball professionally. Whether that's hopefully in America or overseas, but hopefully I'm for sure still playing basketball. And hopefully this social media stuff has gotten to a point where I can make some real money off of it and kind of,
Yes, sir.
do some cool stuff
That's
with
the
it.
goal for all of us.
That's the goal, man. Hopefully I can look out for my boys, look out for people I love and stuff, that would be nice.
There you go. Jimmy, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. Where can the fans all follow you?
Sure. Oh, TikTok, what's that? Jimmy Sotos 4 or something? I don't even know. Man, let me look.
God, he getting too famous already.
Man. TikTok, Jimmy Sotos 4, and then Instagram is like J Sotos 1. I should probably keep it universal at this point. Like,
I was gonna say.
I should work on that. But yeah, just look up Jimmy Sotos. You'll find it. Boy.
You'll find it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, big dog. Have a good day.
Oh my God. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me, man.